Live on Stream It Sports NoCo, it's Northern Colorado High School football. This broadcast is brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wing since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to District 6 Stadium in Greeley, Colorado. Tonight live on Stream It Sports NoCo and ASBN TV. It's 4A football action. The Windsor Wizards are visiting the Greeley West Spartans in a key late-season conference game. Hello, everybody. I'm David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Max Fink tonight on our technicals. And Randy, this is just a good old-fashioned rivalry. Records are not what they used to be for the Wizards, but Greeley West having a great year. And you might want to throw those both out tonight, though.
Yeah, this is a bragging rights game. We talk about those, and we've been familiar with popular conferences over our lives, the Big 8, the Big 12, and all these. And there's some of those games just don't matter. These two schools are separated by maybe 10 miles, and Windsor has been a very good program for a lot of years. We overheard the PA announcer talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
And so probably had their way more times than not, but tonight I think it's the shoes on the other foot, as it were, isn't it?
Well, the challenge is for the Spartans to come out and finish this season. They're 7-0. They're undefeated here in Colorado. They lost a game when they traveled clear to Florida to play a Florida team. So that's not the kind of travesty of a loss that you'd think you'd have locally. But boy, I tell you what football they've been playing, and you can't overlook anybody, though, can you?
Yeah, you see right there the Greeley West Spartans are getting ready to come out. I'm not sure if we're going to have them come out first or the captains. So
we've got the Windsor captains across the way. They're waiting, and then like I say, West Spartans have coaches just broken out of there, so the players be after.
So as you said, Windsor coming in and still have a chance to be in the playoffs. They've had just a brutal schedule, though. It has been a brutal 4A schedule this year, especially in this Northern League.
Northern League is very tough, and then along with, it goes around. Everything in public schools, we always say, you have your teams, and then other teams have their years too. But you got Landcrete who has fought injuries all year, not even trading out.
Here come your Spartans, Greeley West Spartans. Last week we didn't know what that sound was. We know what it is this week, don't we?
Yes, it is. And you've got the sign there, and it was a great little startup here tonight before we came on air. It's senior night. A couple of dozen seniors for Coach Renoff and his staff, and I'll tell you, that's makes a coach smile seeing how those kids all been around that long. It's their last time on their home turf, and they want to send them off for the win.
Well, and we've talked about before, you have X amount of players that start in 7th grade, and you lose a few in 8th grade, and you lose a few in 9th grade, and every year. And, boy, if you can stick it out till you're a senior, that's a real big deal. So we'll be back for the kickoff after these messages. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Greeley West Spartones.
And you see there the Greeley West Spartones as we came in the middle of that. Sorry about that, folks, but we got to see a little bit of some of the music program there here at Greeley West High School. And David, again, nice night for football. Got a little breeze going on, but that'll be just enough to keep you cooled off, won't it?
Well, you know what? Yeah, for the athletes, that's not a big deal. And as you get out here tonight, it's dry. It's for late October, it's not that cold.
No, it's not. We're sitting here in short sleeves, all of us. So.
Yep. And I've got my assistant up here tonight. Lane's going to be giving me a little spotting work over here too while he's running the Greeley West camera. So welcome Lane to our efforts. The captain's out there for the Wizards, number 12, Chase Landcrete, although unable to play tonight. Kellen Koppel, number 43, 44, J.J. Hartwell, and 56, Bo Little, the leading tackler. As you see the backs of the Greeley West captains. Big O number 78, Garrett Beckman. He's the road grader. He's the Saturday player for sure out of this group this year. Along with number 4, Gerald Clark, number 1, Derek West, and then number 58, Ty Starks. And if you look at this group, like I said, look at all the seniors standing out here just off the edge. You got a couple dozen guys out here, a lot of experience on this field. And I should say just guys and gals. And there is a night to start this off. Greeley West will be kicking, defending the north end zone. Windsor will be receiving out of the south.
Well, I'm looking down at the Greeley West bench. There's another number down there. It's kind of head above everybody else, number 67, Mark Lowy.
Mark Lowy.
He looks like he can get with it too, huh?
Well, and I know him well, and even as a young man, but he had a little concussion issues. He was a big part of along with Beckman and the other big guys up front against that Monarch game we saw earlier this year, and that's when you kind of let the concussion things, they got to settle themselves, and this is a team that wants to go deep into the playoffs, and we'll talk about it a little bit later tonight, but Greeley West 10 years ago, Randy, in 2008, made the finals, losing to Wheat Ridge in 4A, so I think they'd like to have a chance to go back and see if they can improve that.
Well, they certainly have played well enough, and we'll see if Windsor can come in here and stay in this game early. You know, Fort Collins was able to, but then against Loveland we saw, and that was a game. We'll see if Windsor can stay close early.
Yep.
We play 4 12-minute quarters here in Colorado football. Greeley West, Windsor, and I guarantee you that this game has been circled on a lot of Greeley West
all since
calendars.
last summer.
Yeah, since last summer. So we'll see if they can keep this thing going. Here's my partner, Mr. David Haase, and also wanted you, as we get into this, talk about our sponsor here that's helping bring these Greeley West games as well.
Yep, special sponsor for the Greeley West games here at District 6 Stadium is Winters, Hellerick & Hughes, local law firm. Thank them anytime you talk to any one of their attorneys or staff for helping us bring Greeley West football to you. Wizards kicking off, flat line group there, straight down the middle, short kick, bounces about the 25, rumbles around though, not picked up cleanly, trying to get the outside, got the edge, moving upfield near the 30-yard line, so pretty decent starting field position there, and that shows you what the kicking game is like. If you can't take it to the end zone, it's tough to keep somebody out there too far. So the Greeley offense will be coming out and led by, number 78, Garrett Beckman, 77, Jose Garcia at tackle, Nomar Rodriguez and Daniel Beretz at the other positions. And the center is Alonzo Gonzalez.
Our resident comedian, Phil Mildren, said it looked like they didn't have a jersey to fit Mr. Beckman. So
yeah, he's got the edge. Handoff right side, West spins forward. No, that's a big young man there, and he's like I say, he's got that frame that college coaches say, I can coach you up, I can't grow you up. So he's already there.
Well, yeah, he's got a little shirt hanging out there at the bottom. So he's like, Coach, it don't fit.
Yeah. Defense for the Wizards tonight led on tackles by Bo Little, 12 a game. Quick little flip to the pattern on the outside. Got a lot of room on the edge. Single man taking down, and West just gets out there. And that was just a good read by Jared Clark, the quarterback, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we saw very impressive. Just last week we saw a heck of a high school football game with Broomfield and
an overtime special.
Yeah, we did. But
Well, it was one of those games where the Greeley defense, the Spartans, just kind of did the bend but don't break. They got the ball, ran against them, fairly consistently, but boy, they kept them out of the end zone, and all of a sudden they came back down, but needed overtime, and they pulled it off. So big penalty here after that run.
Yeah, it looked like it was a little rough over there on the sideline.
Yeah, finished with some hardware, and 15 yards takes the Spartans across midfield right away.
And that's the last thing a Chris Jones team needs to be doing, because they have a lot of disadvantages, including not having their starting quarterback.
Yep. Clark under center, 2 backs behind him. Tight right, inside give. Clark does just a quick quarterback run to the outside, read well by the Windsor defense. One thing, Randy, we're not going to be lacking any effort from the Wizards tonight.
No.
I was looking at their statistics, so that just tells you what kind of year they're having. They've got 3 players, Little 56, Hartwell 44, and Koppel 43, averaging 12, 11, and 8 tackles a game. So that tells you that defense has been tested often and for quite a bit of time on the field this year, and they've held up pretty well. But you got to get them off the field. You got to get your offense to start doing a few more things.
I'll tell you what, if they could pull this win off tonight, that'd most surely get them in the playoffs.
Starks inside handoff there, but a little slow developing and taken down.
Well, we saw last week early in the game, the Starks and Clark both tried to run things outside and did not cut up field, but West did, and so we've kind of seen that start that way again.
Well, and one thing tonight, you look at the size advantage that you see with just the straight across the front line, tackle to tackle for the Spartans, and sometimes you don't need to get too cute. You just start taking right at people. That's a 3-man line, toss right side, straight up field. Couple of missed, couple of them on the outside, and still got to the edge there, and Montague hits right at just short of the stakes, I think. And that's DeAndre Harris,
Senior running back, another running back.
Oh yeah, they've got several guys that have had just great years this year. Derek West comes in, of course, leading rusher with 12 TDs and 745 yards. Starks 510, Clark with 307, Perez with 248. So they got plenty of guys who can tote the mail. Deep I formation, straight up the middle, drive blocking, first down on that 4th down play.
I cannot believe they have not.
There's a late
blown
whistle.
the whistle on that.
Yeah, I would say forward progress had been stopped, and
about 15 yards ago.
Yeah, before they were going horizontal.
Yeah, that's well, and if you're just a stat guy, West could have 1,300 yards if he was just the featured back like so many schools do have, but he's not just a featured back because they've got 3 or 4 others.
Yep. Penalty after the play again.
Well,
and I think that is part of what you're talking about. You're not stopping on the whistle.
But I didn't hear the whistle, did you?
I didn't, so there might have been something else after that. Either way, that's 2 personal fouls on the opening drive. Now the ball inside the 20-yard line. First down, Spartans. Offset formation, sweep, inside give. West going up the middle, nobody near him. Spins around, nice tackle though in the backfield or downfield a ways. Nice job of tackling there because West had goal line in his sights, didn't he?
Yeah, he smells that goal line pretty good.
Well, and he came around with a nice job of disguising the play and all that motion to the left, all that hubris linebackers are supposed to try to stay away from seeing. But wow, that was just a nice job down there. Corey Wall making the tackle, number 5. Double splits, far to the top of your screen, wide out there. Straight give up the middle, no one even there. That's just what a great job of following the blocks.
And look where Mr. number 78 ended up.
Yeah.
He opened a little bit of a hole,
didn't he? Yes, he did. There was nobody until the second level.
That's called road grader, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. He paved the way.
I was waiting to see where he did, but he pulled and came around and just completely mashed that right side.
Yeah, and there was, like I said, the great job of running straight up the hole by the Greeley back and into the end zone, and a quick opening score for the Spartans. PAT is kicked up as good. So with 8:08 left in the first quarter, under 4 minutes gone, and we already have a touchdown. 7-0, Spartans lead.
And that is not the start that Windsor wanted, especially giving them 30 yards.
Oh yeah,
in free.
A third of the drive, they started on their own about 30-yard line and 30 yards of penalties. You know, that puts you well across midfield just doing that. You don't want to give a good team, much less a rival team, free chances like that. Just doesn't work.
Yeah, this is.
But they got plenty of time to respond. That's for sure.
Yeah, Greeley West is smelling the finish line here, I believe, and every team typically goes through a little bit of a lull in the middle of the season when you're having a good year. It's hard to come out and be completely focused every game, but I would expect them to. I think they learned a lot last week. You know, that was a game that maybe in years past they wouldn't have pulled out, and they did. So I think they probably grew up a little bit last week.
Spartans now kicking off midfield, driving it deep and in the end zone for the touchback.
Ball out to the 20, 1st and 10, Wizards.
And that's just one of those things that, that really Drake Holden there, your kicker, another senior, putting that ball, no touchback, your starting position goes to the 20 instead of out past the 30 where the Spartans started on theirs.
And Beckman's out on defense as well.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those big guys play two ways, and, it's not too uncommon in 4A. You just don't have the same numbers. Plus, he's big enough and strong enough and talented enough to do it.
Yeah, you're going to have to move some tonnage there, aren't you?
Sweep left, start out by the Spartans, bounce it outside, a little penetration, a little gang tackling there, maybe gain of a 2. Nice job of flowing to the ball.
Hand it off to Morgan.
Max and I were driving over here, and, Greeley West kind of reminds me of Loveland Light. They play very much, we've talked about Loveland, what's there not to talk about in Loveland? I mean, my gosh, they've just walked through the 4A classification this year, but Greeley West plays an awful lot like them, don't they?
Well, and you're just playing physical with a little bit of attitude. Like I say, they're doing attacking. West on the tackle that time of Morgan. Double wing set again. Sweep right side. Got the outside, got a block down in front of him. Edge on them more, and out to first down yardage. And that's just the way to go hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great. And, Windsor's best defense will be their offense. They need to be able to hold the ball. That's something they could not do against Loveland. Obviously, again, Loveland's got one of the best defenses that you're going to see.
They are the gold standards, certainly in northern Colorado. 1st and 10 now, Wizards. Nice progression there, out about the 33-yard line. Motion right side, give fullback, dive right. And right now, we saw this last week, Randy.
Getting chunks, huh?
The Spartans were the dive back, the dive play straight up the middle. You get 3 down linemen, where we saw before against Monarch early this season, they were going 4 and sometimes 5 on this similar type of offense, where the bunch or the double wing, whatever you want to call it, where there's only a single back behind. And either you're going to, you get dive play or you're going to get sweeps. But if you've got angles to get even someone, the talent and size of Beckman in the middle there, they can come to you. Dive right side again. Extra yardage bouncing to the outside near the first down mark.
Oh, he got it. So one stat that was amazing to me that you shared, Windsor does not have a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
And so I think you're going to see 8 or 10 in the box, aren't you? Most of the time.
Well, if you got to dare them to do it, especially then when the inconsistency of quarterback play, not by the play itself, but the athletes being able to play. Landcrete we've seen in and out a couple times, and now he's in a boot and just not playing at all. Dive play again, gain about a couple. Shields on the carry, but it's tough to run this offense. Even though as well as they run the ball and do the things they do technique wise. If you get 9 or 10 in the box, you're going to have a hard time moving the ball.
Is that what you would do in this situation? You were DC?
Well, I would. If I was the DC for the Spartans tonight, you'd certainly want to say, okay, I want to stop you. You can't run the middle at all. We've got to be able to do that because you're not going to go far in the playoffs too when you get into more and more experienced, talented teams. Motion near side, fake the dive, quarterback lead option down the side by himself and hit and gain after maybe a couple.
Keeps it. Hit by Keener.
So just kind of a dive and a keeper to go around the end that time. Keener on the tackle.
Pick up of 1. 3rd and 7.
Cassell, not nearly the size of Lancrete. Not many high school quarterbacks are that 6'3" range as Lancrete and run the ball like that. But Cassell, just another senior, listed at 5'10", 185. Sweep right side, trying to get to the edge. Got it. Makes one move. Nice job on the outside. Eckler with the carry.
Knocked out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds just across midfield.
Jared Clark.
And something happened on the far sideline.
Well, it was either
I saw a lot of clapping Wizards.
either a push or some dinner invitations.
Yeah, I think so. Where you want to go eat afterwards? How you doing? How's class work? But probably not. Well, as you look at this, we're seeing personal foul against the Spartans. So is it a little chippy? Is it a rivalry?
Yeah.
I think we've got that answer, don't we?
Yeah, I think this is. Like I said, I don't think either team out there is worrying about their records. I think, like I said, this is one of these schools that so I got a spotter here that says number 1, which is West, pushed a Windsor player over on the sideline. So
yeah, I could say he's right there in front of the sideline. Dive, fullback right in the middle, stuffed.
And that's what you're talking about there. Is you got to stop that.
Yeah, that play right away. You were getting 2nd and 6 or less after the first couple.
Harris for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Harris and others along on the tackle that time for the Spartans. Kessel does go to the sideline for each of his play calls. Breaking the formation a little bit here. Windsor split far left. Toss right side again. That's been the dominant side, weaving his way through traffic out in the edge. Still going inside the 25. Tackled. Right now, Windsor's answering, aren't they?
Well, Windsor's run the ball every bit as good as Greeley West did.
Yep.
And that's not a fear, but that's, when you come in like this with the records the way they are, you think Greeley West ought to have their way, but Windsor is a proud.
Well,
we
know there's plenty of competitors there.
Yeah, no, they're not looking to come over here and get beat, I'll guarantee you. Again, what I was getting ready to say, this is 2 of these schools that you could kind of go to either school.
Yeah.
If you were in the middle between them. And
dive right side, big hole again.
Shields on that carry.
Well, as it stands right now, with the, if they're going to stay with a 3-man front, you might bring a defensive end up, but you got 5 and sometimes it's 6 actually. When you've got both tight ends involved in blocking on run blocking.
Well, you're in trouble when your DBs are leading the way tackling.
Yeah.
Means your line's getting blown away here. And
well, yeah, they're not getting off blocks, and the linebackers aren't able to get to them cleanly. So 2nd and about 4. Sweep left side, cuts up field, first down inside the 15 near the 10.
This is just execution here, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Which we knew Windsor would come out and execute. Well,
and Coach Jones had too many years and too many victories to not to worry about how they're going to do what their game does. And right now they're doing it as well as they can. 1:13 left here, clock running. This could be a very quick game. We've not seen a pass attempted yet.
Well, and if both these coaches had their way, there probably wouldn't be one.
Cussell under center, motion right side, give again. That time, though, the Spartans kind of switched into it. Nice job of coming down.
Mr. Beckman was...
he got to finish it off. We've got a Greeley West player down on the ground, so we've got a quick timeout taken by the officials. We're going to take one up here. We'll be right back. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Oh, come on! Toyota RAV4 Adventure Grade with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Toyota, Let's go places.
So we're back here, and player comes off.
Lovin, number 14, he's actually one that kind of forced that play to bounce out, and then Beckman got to clean it up. So 2nd and goal now for the Wizards. Nice return drive, sweep left side, cuts it straight up the middle, but a great job of filling and just coming inside out on that one, taking that lane and running to it. Nice tackle by Brody Clark.
Mr. Clark, that number 10 is a lot like another number 10 we've seen this year.
Yeah, very active, yes.
He's a very dynamic and demonstrative player,
Yes.
I think that's the word you would say.
Well, and you need that on defense. So big play coming up here. 3rd and goal, ball on the 10-yard line. Still a double wing formation. Kessel looks the sideline. Play change. Dive right side option. Keeper looks to kick it out. That's on the ground. And Greeley West has got it. It's kind of his play was ready to be run. I don't know if it was going to go to the end zone, but there was yardage to be gained there, but the ball was pitched and right on the relationship to the running back and the quarterback that time was just a little short, and it hit it.
Didn't look like he was ever going to handle it, was it? So anyway, that's unbelievably the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Greeley West ahead of Windsor. You're watching Stream It Sports and ASBN TV.
We're back here now for the start of the second quarter. Just an update on other 4A football here in Northern Colorado, thanks to our intrepid reporter, the Big Eric Sampson, Big E. Collins and Skyline, Fort Collins and Skyline tied 7-7 after 1 quarter of play. So a pretty interesting one on the other side of the interstate. So after the turnover now, snap, ball's on the ground though. Clark looks around. He's got the whole left side to run. Nice block on the edge too by West. Springs him out near first down yardage.
And he was able to block without blocking in the back, which is...
Yeah, that was just a smart senior play, wasn't it? And he didn't, and players at home, you young guys, you watch how Derek West made that play there. He didn't put his head into him. You can't hit blindside blocks anymore. He put his hands out, screened the players off, and took him to the ground without having to drill him in the ear hole, as in the days of yore. Smart play by the senior, sprung the quarterback for extra yards, makes it 2nd and 2. Offset I formation. Isolation give left side. Perez running through there, gets handled at the end. I'll tell you what, pretty good tackle. Very close to first down yardage. And it is.
Got another 4A score for you here. Grand Junction 35, Chatfield, 35, Grand Junction 3 in the third quarter.
Yeah, Chatfield's got a pretty good season going too.
Yeah. You know, as we always say, by this time of the year, you are who you are.
Spartans line up again. Clark staying under center. Offset I formation. Full back to the right. Trap play coming this side. The old Washington Redskins look west coming out to his left side. Nice job. And, well, it was, not long, but it was.
What's 5 to 7 yards out of bounds between friends?
That's the way to put it. Just making sure.
Yeah, we wanted to get a bit of that track over there.
Well, this is two defenses that know that the onus is on them tonight to really make the difference in the game. And
for sure.
Right now, Windsor flying to the ball. 2nd and about 4, though, gain of about 6. You can just see that play from up here developing as the backside tackle and guard pull. That's the old Washington Redskins counter tray. West just to hit behind him. Exactly.
For those of you that
should know better.
Might have gray hair.
Quick throw the outside and
whoa.
Boy, a good throw. Put it right on the money that time, too. Clark laid it right out there and I think it's one of those I'm going to turn around and run first moments, and that happens.
I think his left eye was looking forward.
Yeah.
His right eye was looking at the ball. So.
Yeah, Piazenza there he knew he had the edge, certainly had first down yardage and some. So big third down play now. Windsor can get off the field. Breeze is blowing pretty good, although the tape is just kind of going out there, but be forcing Greeley West to punt into a pretty good breeze. Tight formation now. Sweep left side, inside give West. First down yardage to the outside, skips out of one tackle. Got the edge past midfield. Still dragging bodies along. You got to get more people to his feet. We've seen those moves, haven't we?
What a pretty play.
Yep. Well, is a sweep to the left side with West coming underneath, which you can do in that formation. Got the handoff from the running back, going back the other way. And boy, I don't know. I've seen many others that find seams and move laterally like he does.
Yeah, he's got such a low center of gravity that you're going to take a ride if you try to.
Yeah, you can't tackle above the waist there. You got to get to the legs, secure him up. Sweep left side Starks. Powers his way down. Still moving inside the 30.
Yeah, if you're Windsor, you're not feeling too good right now because, these runners start getting a rhythm and they get a few carries under them. They've got enough guys to they've got about 3 different people that could dominate the game by themselves.
Well, and to your point earlier, too, that was not just a sweep play. That was he planted that foot, turned it upfield, followed behind the big fellas there, and another first down play. Ball at the 28-yard line. Clock running, under 10 to play here in the second quarter. Sweep right side. West got it. Skips out of one tackle. Down near the 20. Still spinning around.
Taking it down to the 21.
So 20-yard line, even about 2nd and 3. I mean, down on the field, though, you can see the wind blowing. If you see, especially the officials, their tops are flapping pretty good. It's a fresh night, not a cold night. But that breeze will certainly affect the throwing on the field. Neither team really wants to, unless they have to throw the ball much. But, you're going to have to throw it somewhere along the way this year. You have to get a little bit better at it. Clark under center, give left side. Good stiff arm in the backfield, moving forward. Down about the 15.
Yeah, got a little piece of grass there, the defender. Or pseudo grass.
Yeah. That was just another nice cut. Well, and a nice hard, stiff arm there. Rodrigo Perez, the junior. Like I say, not too many juniors in that backfield. He's maybe one of those names that the Spartans will be carrying on next year, but right now contributing. This is where we saw last week when they're down against Broomfield. All of a sudden they try to turn into a passing team.
Yeah.
Delay, trap the backside. This time moving west, goes the inside down to 5. Great play call, but that was a really late flag.
Yeah.
I mean, a really late flag.
And he only got about 5 yards on it, too, so.
Okay, that's why they. Okay. Yeah. It just didn't get it out of his pocket and out of his hand well.
It's a spot foul.
Yeah,
so.
It's the holding call, as we see. But when he threw it that late, I'm like going, why did that come out then?
Want to welcome our Windsor Wizard fans maybe watching tonight, and got a good crowd over across the way of Windsor Wizard fans as well. So they travel well, and we've done plenty of games over in Windsor, and they certainly travel to their home stadium well.
Well, these are two schools of tradition. You're there for you, Windsor. That's the entire community, and they just love. They travel well with their Wizards. It's Greeley West is the big school, the dominant football school here in Greeley, and as we talked about the tradition, they're bringing it back this year. Heavy formation left, give, delay. Starks the right side, bounces it after the holding penalty. That moved him quite a ways back. He gained about 4.
Nice recovery by the Wizards there on defense.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, there was just what you're seeing right now from the movement from the Greeley West line, a lot of counter blocks. You start one way and then pulling the backside guards and running trap plays, and running backs kind of falling behind them, trying to stay between the tackles. And it certainly worked on this drive. After the penalty, though, after that, like I say, that was a tough place to have one. Brings up second at about 18. Need to get down to the 5-yard line for first down. Throws the ball out in the flat, screen pass open, got blockers downfield, one man to beat. Stumbled there, just about got knocked down about the 10-yard line. Nice play coming up for the Wizards. That was number 12 out there on the outside. Randy, he saved a touchdown. And not Chase Landcreek, that'd be, I think that was 12, or not, it's a 17, excuse me. I think that's Peoples. Yeah, Darren Peoples, one of their leading tacklers.
That's Perez on the carry. That's a great call.
Yeah. Well, and you let everybody come to you. You don't have to really test whether or not you've got the strength of that. I mean, it's just a nice call, good completion, a safe completion for Clark. Quarterback kind of get comfortable. Two backfield again. Inside ball's on the ground, still kicked around. Clark gets back to it. He covers it, but a huge loss on the play for Spartans. That was that same inside give. You know, we talk about how handing the ball off twice on one play is just, you know, the degree of difficulty there is the success comes when it's done well, but boy, that cost him. Lost about 12, 13 yards. Clark, though, alertly got back on it. You know, and I certainly think they're within field goal range. They would probably like to get it back up there, but I'm trying to think, nope, now they're going to, 4th and 21, they're going to go for it. We actually have a timeout taken by the Windsor Wizards. So with 5:42 left here in the half, Wizards trail by 7. Greeley West up here in the first half. You're watching Streaming Sports.
I make my coffee at home. I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tror med mitt eget godis.
Pay your friends back.
I still use my parents' TV line.
Zelle on the First Bank app.
Start saving with the
banking
Anywhere
for
account
good.
today.
You're watching high school sports on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here, 7-0 our score. Greeley West over Windsor. 5:42 left here in the second quarter. Want to thank our other sponsor, Jim's Wings over in Fort Collins. Best wings, voted best wings in Northern Colorado since 1991. My partner, Mr. Haase, has experienced Jim's Wings quite a bit.
Big fans.
We'll tell you where they're at here in just a minute.
Clark back to throw. Late safety blitz there. Gets to the outside. Just going to get around of bounds. Really didn't have anybody taking it downfield, too. Nice job of falling back into the secondary by the Wizards there and just took it out of bounds. So after driving the length of field and really just on cruise control for several plays there, they just kind of stalled out. Two big penalties. You know, those are drive killers.
Well, I'm telling you, you know, these are things that the Greeley West staff is going to, you know, you're going to have to work on with these boys to go deep in the playoffs because you can't have these lacks of focus, which is kind of what happened once they got down here. It seems like they just kind of lost track.
1st and 10 Wizards, 25-yard line. Inside give, sweeping the right side, coming up field, though. Nice job of covering. Coming across there, I'll tell you, that Jared Clark here, you know, just flips the number, you know, from quarterback to defensive back, but set the edge there. Just a couple of yards gain, maybe 3. Windsor somewhere along the way, you know, they're gonna try to take one downfield. That's just the signature of that kind of offense. You have to keep coming up. Kessel coming back from the sideline with the play. But I think right now, Randy, I would imagine they'd more want to make sure they could run the ball and keep possession, get that score. We've got a whistle stopping play. Umpires coming up and backing them up. So a procedure penalty.
Finish your thought on Jim's Wings. Tell us where Jim's Wings is and where they can
over on the
find
west
them.
side of CSU campus on West Elizabeth Street, just across from Moby Gym. And I have that challenge out there. Maybe Lane wants to take me up on that. But if you come over and you try the Ram Hot Wings, if you just eat 6 of the Ram Hot Wings, I'll buy you the next dozen of whatever flavor you want. But 2 years, nobody's wanted a piece of that. Lane's thinking about it, though. Toss left side. Wizards got the edge. Got the speed to the outside. Eckler cooling along. Nice job of getting up across the face on the tackle. And out of bounds, stopping the clock near the 30-yard line.
Boy, every tackle on the sideline is an adventure, isn't it?
It's contested. I think that sideline is actually just a suggestion.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going totally with the lines there.
I think that 3 yards of white that the player's supposed to stand beside it's like a yellow light. That means it's not really done yet. Yeah, everybody's going to the very edge. That's a rivalry game, though. That's the ones they'll talk about. They'll see each other in 10, 15 years from now, and As I remember when you took me out of bounds and I got you back. Sweep right side. Wizards coming up strong. First down yardage. Eckler again, boy, having a good first half.
Well, what did we say? This whole game really depended on how Windsor started. And they have held the ball, which when you hold the ball against Greeley West, that means they can't run the ball up and down the field. And they've done that to a T, really.
Oh, yeah, you take playmakers like West and Starks off the field there with the ball in their hands. They've got to turn around and make tackles, and it's a different game. 1st and 10 now, Wizards dive right side. Jumped right in there in the spot, though. What a great fill by the linebacker there for the Ryland Keener. Boy, he just stepped up on the hole there, bowed his neck, and straight solid tackle. And that's where you credit the guys up front, like, you got Beckman up there up front too, and Ty Starks, number 58. The two guys I'd want to have coming first off my bus. And but right there, they took the line out of the way. They kept those linebackers clean. They kept their legs clean, and they were able to run right up and make a solid shot. Toss left side. Nice job of getting across the beam, though. Nice job of defeating the block on the outside.
It's been amazing to me. We see a timeout by Greeley West. It's been amazing to me. We'll keep it here for this. That as much as both teams have run, we've only seen one holding call.
It's a very good point.
We've been in other games
where we could start making chalk marks on the window.
Yeah, for the holding call. So
to the point
tonight,
we can't see.
The old adage, you could call holding on every play, maybe.
Well, don't say that out loud.
Yeah.
But it also shows us later in the year, these are two very well-coached teams. This is what they
and they're
need
used
to
to
do.
running.
Yeah, this is what they do best. This is the whole attitude. And, championships are built on strong defense and running games, and that's the tradition. And if you can throw it, great. But not everybody's got a quarterback like Fairview does with 53 touchdown passes.
Oh, my God. You see that?
Yeah. 2 games.
And what he's got, 2 games left?
Yeah. Very good chance of being in the mid-60s, and that's an incredible number. Now, that's just a rare feat, and that's –
the top 3 receivers in the
state all wear the same
believe.
uniform. Yep. Got a double pass coming here, toss left side, West all over it though, nothing going. So a toss that left side. It was kind of a tough play because you could see that player there that got the ball, and DJ Starks just sniffed it out right away. Now you're going to get another timeout taken by Greeley West because they want to stop the clock. 3:10 left. And a long 4th down play coming up. So that's, I think, a great job by Coach Renoff and his staff there, Randy, not letting that clock run away.
Well, great job by Greeley West in covering that. So we'll take a break here for a commercial. We'll be back after this message.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Oh, come on!
Toyota RAV4 Adventure Graded with available blind spot monitor.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2018 RAV4, or get $3,000 cash back on a new RAV4.
Go ahead and take it.
So we're back here. 4th down and 12 from the 36.
Punt formation now for the Wizards. West back standing by his own 32.
Looked like an offsides, but
yeah,
must
that was pretty
not
quick.
have been.
Be able to catch this one in the air on a low driving kick. West spins around one tackle, but nice job by the Wizards on punt coverage. Good solid tackles.
Yeah, and I like the way they kind of circled around him where he could have tried to go outside. I'm not sure if he got anywhere, but he thought about it and said, well, let's live to play another play here.
Well, and like you said, they got him encircled. Guys come down there and just sat down and didn't try to dive at legs, things like that, which he does. He gives you that dead leg, and you're off in the races because he's going to take it away from you and be gone. But Spartans, though, a couple use of the timeout there. They got one left. 1st and 10 now, ball at the 38-yard line. They'd love to get one more in the end zone before this half is over. A quick half. Trying to throw the pass up down the sideline, a little give and go. And short.
He caught it.
He caught it. It's one of those where Peoples was back there, had really good protection. That ball hung up in the air, and it was so far behind Peoples. You can't fail him on that one because that's that back shoulder throw. That's completed in the NFL on every Sunday. There's just no way he could tell the ball was going to be that short. And high school defensive backs, that's a tougher time to communicate. The safety is going to say it's like short turn, whatever you want to say. But on the other side, though, you turn around and say, okay, Piacenza turned around and made a great play.
Oh, he did. And we saw a great play last week by him. Got great hands.
Inside give, West, counter right.
How did
tackled,
he get out
spun
of that?
down. Yeah, I thought he was going to loss of 2, but stayed with the blocks and slid into for about a gain of 3. 2:26 to play, clock running. After the big play, took him across midfield, 38 down to about the 30, so a lot of yardage made up there.
Have another score here. Skyline 27, Fort Collins 10.
Formation heavy right, toss inside. Piacenza straight up the middle, spinning around, off tackles down near the 10.
I tell you, he's a football player. Son.
Well, and he just accelerated there, didn't he? Got in that seam and then took off.
We don't barely talk about him because so many running backs.
West and Starks and everybody
Clark.
else and Clark. Oh yeah, just as what they're doing with the ball there too. But that's 2 plays he's made on this drive alone. A lot of real estate, about 40 yards alone. Offset formation, toss right, give fullback right side. He's got the crease down to the 5, spills around near the end zone. Does he get there? Just short. First and goal with 1:33 left. This is how you want to drive it up. And this is where you see the value of those 2 timeouts that Greeley West had while Windsor had the ball.
Yeah, very good use of those.
Oh, yeah, because we'd be well under a minute, probably under 30 seconds. So last timeout's going to be taken now. It's 1:33 left. Timeout on the field. Timeout. You're watching Streaming Sports.
We're back here.
First and goal. Harrison Starks lined up behind Clark. Spin, quarterback keeper right behind the blocking around the left side into the end zone easily. What a well-executed last half of the quarter by Coach Renoff and his staff and those Spartans on the field.
I think they might have talked a little bit about the ends of halves after last week.
Yeah, exactly.
And we
right.
definitely saw a more focused, more deliberate game plan there in the last 3 minutes of this first half, as we did last week.
Holdering out for the PAT, drives it deep into the northern night here at District 6 Stadium, and it's good. So after great use of a couple of timeouts, saving time on that clock, West drives it down after a couple of nice plays by Piacenza on a catch and a run, and Clark finishes it off with about a 1-yard dive. They lead 14-0 now, and Windsor, tough time to answer here what you got coming back, but you can't fault them for the effort they've given, though.
No, and they've got a few stats, but they got down close enough to score and was not able to execute an option play.
Well, and that's the thing. After driving the field, both teams have had one of those drives, but when they run the ball so much, there's very few stoppage of plays unless someone's taken out of bounds.
Right.
It's
Greeley West is not going to give you time to come back because the clock's going to run the whole time they've got the ball, and that's the tough thing about them is if they get a lead, they shorten that game really quick, don't they?
Holden kicking off. Low driving kick into the wind. It's going to be taken about the 7-yard line for the Spartans. Left side return called. Got the edge. Got around the corner. Taken out past the 30 near the 34. Good play. Ball's on the ground, though. Piacenza down making that hit on the special teams play, but pretty good return for the Wizards there. They kept possession. They'll snap it at about their own, looks like 38-yard line, so not bad field position. you could try to take one or two down the field, Randy, and then hand it off. There's just chances of. Actually, the timeout. The Spartans do have one timeout left. But if you have that chance right now, if you're the Wizards, what have you got to lose? Inside give, going left side, spins around one tackle, spins off another. Submarine taken down after a gain of about 7. But a really late flag again by the referee, so I think we got some people taking it all the way to the back, and we got a personal foul taken against the Spartans. Bad time for that.
Well, it looked like somebody chested somebody up there at the end. And it's not.
You can say scoreboard, you can point to scoreboard, but you can't make it that emphatic, unfortunately. Not a tough call for the referee, especially when you're out there in the open. So that will add on to a nice run and move the ball down well across midfield now.
So as well as you've played, I bet you coaching staff might have something to say about that penalty at halftime, don't you think?
Yeah. No. Well, you got a chance now if you're the Wizards. You ball in the fort. There's still a minute 13 left. They've got 2 timeouts left. And here's certainly a chance right now to take one towards the end zone if you want to. Blitz coming by the Spartans. Inside give. And just overwhelm that run play with enough people in the gaps. And no chance really that time for the Wizards just to get on the side. That was Eckler again. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Wizards. So 1:05 left, trailing 14-0 Wizards on a timeout. Timeout up here with Streaming Sports.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Well, they're
come back now.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, Windsor's got to take a chance down the field or something. And, we've said that all year. The one thing that we have not seen from almost any team this year is the pass in the middle of the field. And it's typically been wide open most of the year on most defenses.
Yeah, that's the toughest thing for a high school quarterback to find is that middle seam. Wall number 5 down here. He's going to throw back. Kostel flush in the pocket, trying to get around the edge, and just ran down.
You know what I like?
Big hit out there on the outside.
The aggressiveness of Greeley West in these last 2 plays, because they've been just laying back, in my opinion, defensively. They've kind of been doing the bend, don't break.
Yep. Well, like I said, they've gone a little stronger in there up front. Lot of really good pursuit. You got to credit the guys up front here in this series. You got Starks, Lowry 67 up there too on the right side. They just caved that play in pretty quickly. And I'm not sure if that was Piacenza that came across, maybe that tackle might have been, but you force the quarterback out, that puts him out of a spot he don't want to be. Ball's on the ground, tall. It was a little trickeration there. They're trying to do the fake toss action left side with the Eckler coming underneath and just grabbing that toss and trying to see if they could get the Spartans to overcommit. But ball hit the ground, and it's 4th down, and they're just going to let the clock run out. And it's probably the smartest thing they're going to do. They're going to take it into the locker room, just trailing 14-0 and a half, dominated by the Spartans. They could probably wish they had one more score, and I think the Wizards could say the same. Both were down there, but moved themselves out of it with penalties. So stay tuned. We're going to be coming back for a great second half finish here at District 6 Stadium. You're watching Streaming Sports.
So we're back here. We're going to show you, it looks like the Greeley West Marching Band is going to play again this week, so we will keep it right here for you so you can watch that if you happen to be a band parent or just like marching band. So enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Pride of the Spartans Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Chet Arthur, and the Greeley West Palms under the direction of Miss Peggy Freemole. The Pride of the Spartan Marching Band recently competed in the Greeley Marching Invitational Parade and Festival, where they earned a superior rating. Way to go, band! The Pride of the Spartan Marching Band would like to perform Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire" and "Piano Man," along with the award-winning Greeley West Palms. Please give that round of applause for drum majors Jasmine DeMeyer and Esmeralda Aragine, the Pride of the Spartan Marching Band and the Greeley West Palms. The Pride of the Spartan Marching Band would like to recognize our seniors. We have appreciated their commitment and hard work over the last 4 years. They are flute, Jennifer Sample; flute, Emma Holly; clarinet, Autumn Pruitt; clarinet, Riley Reynolds; clarinet, Rachel Ames; trumpet, Blake Alexander; trumpet, Rylan Keener; trumpet, Brian Galindo; and trumpet, Jimmy Torres; horn, Vincent Fernando; baritone, Damian Roberts; sousaphone, Ty Starks; percussion, Tracy Markham; Percussion, Megan Battleson. Percussion, Taylor Rivera. Percussion, Destiny Marino. Percussion, Josh Moorhead. Percussion, Gavon Goodwin. Drum major, Esmeralda Aragin. And drum major, Jasmine DeMeyer. Let's hear it for our seniors in the band. And now our senior palms. Jacelyn Hayes, captain attending CU. Jana Dattery, captain attending CU. Brianna Martinez, co-captain, CSU. Mackenzie Hora, CU. Haley Jewell, CU. And let's give a big round of applause for all of our seniors, class of 2019, band and palms. And now, please stand by while the Pride of the Spartan Marching Band and the Greeley West Palms perform the Greeley West Fight Song. Introducing the Spartan cheerleaders is Audrey.
The Greeley West cheerleading program is comprised of 20 Spartan athletes. Tonight, we are honored to recognize our 9 seniors as we send them off in style. Seniors, tonight has been a dreaded event for your coaches to plan as we watch you on District 6 Stadium soil one last time. It saddens us to know that everything we go through this year are some of your last as Greeley West cheerleaders. We have shared many great times through the years, and we have cherished every minute we have as a team. Through it all, each one of you have truly left your mark on this team, this school, and with your coaches. Watching you over the years can be summed up with one word: proud. Your coaches want you to know that we have been blessed with every one of you on our team, and it has been a joy to have been a part of your life. We wish you nothing but
Here they're doing the cheer team senior night. This is senior night for everybody, so everybody gets their accolades and stuff.
Thank you, seniors, for your time with us. We hope you continue
there's a
to
thank
enjoy
you
the
there.
remainder
So
of our season. Each moment with you is precious, and we're glad you chose to share the last moments with us. Good luck. We love you all. Your coaches, Brody, Peyton, and Audrey.
And that's nice note from the coaches there for the seniors. So we'll be back after these messages for the second half. Again, you're watching Stream It Sports and ASBN TV.
For future plans after high school.
Bring it in, Randy.
And we're back here getting ready for the second half of football. A great shot there by Maxwell Fink, our cameraman of the almost full moon, or I can't tell if it's full or almost.
As close as you can get.
About as full as you can get it, huh? Impressive first half by the Greeley West Spartans. Number 2 in the RPI, right behind the Loveland Indians. And
great football here in Northern Colorado.
Yeah, the 4A conferences, the 2 conferences here representing 4A have really been Pikes Peak and Northern. Or Longs Peak, sorry.
Longs Peak, yeah. And a little update though there too. Skyline now jumped out to 27-10 lead over Fort Collins at halftime.
Skyline's another powerhouse team up here in 4A right now, and they potentially we might have them next Friday night, folks.
Could happen.
If Loveland and Skyline stay undefeated through this weekend, which is looking like that's going to happen, that game will be for the Longs Peak conference title next Friday night. So keep looking at your Twitter accounts and all that, and we will let you know if we're going to do that game.
So Holdren set to kick off here to start the second half for the Spartans. They lead 14-0. Windsor, good chance, Randy, for them to get on the board. Driving kick. Won't make the end zone into that breeze coming out of the north. Straight up the hash. One tackle slid across there, making a couple more misses. Out past the 30. Nice return out to the 34 for the Wizards. And Isaiah Salazar, who's been kind of quiet tonight. I mean, all the plays he made last year for that team. And we'd be remiss, Randy, not to bring up, when you lose a player that played like Zach Watts, who was just a terror on the offensive defensive lines for the Wizards the last few years. Well, to show you how far along he's progressed in just 1 year, he is a freshman at the University of Wyoming. Tomorrow night he gets his first start in Fort Collins. So if you Wizard fans getting across the interstate there to cheer on Watts in that Cowboy uniform. 1st and 10 now. Wizards dive right side. Trying to get away from blocks, but just a good job of getting up underneath him there is Clark.
I like college coaches have a good sense for that stuff of starting young men, if they're going to play back home or something like that. And I'm sure Zach has earned that, but be a nice thing for his family to be able to come and see him do that.
That's one of the other schools he got offers from, and he chose to go to the north of the border, play for Coach Bowl in that program up there. Tackle there that time by Keener and Clark. Nice job, like I say, just scraping off the outside, stopping that bounce out on that dive play.
And don't blink, folks, or you'll miss the second half because both of these teams are exclusively running.
Tossed left side, trying to get out the edge. Salazar again hit several hats over there. You see that blue of those jerseys from the Spartans. They all ran to the ball, didn't they?
Yeah, and something clicked here about 4 plays before the end of this first half defensively, and the aggression and aggressiveness of this Greeley West Spartan defense went up a notch.
Oh, yeah, boy, they're channeling it the right way, too. Everybody's running the ball, taking good angles, filling spots, and playing good sound technique, and just not giving Windsor hardly any room to run the ball.
Well, you need to play like the number 2 RPI team, and so that's offense and defense.
Right around the end. Couple of moon. Eckler again, though. Eckler had a pretty good first half, and he shows it up, bangs it up there with about a 15-yard run just across midfield as you see the District 6 Stadium logo squarely in your picture now, and Eckler took that at full speed, what you've got to do. And he just planted that foot and turned it upfield, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a good run, and again, he had a pretty good first half.
Yeah, he was the biggest spark in their running game. Hustle under center. Formation, fake the dive, left give, sweep again the outside, out in the open field, 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line, gain of about 20. So once again, Windsor finding a little rhythm. And on a couple sweep plays, there's a little bit of misdirection. And Lovin makes the tackle, but not before a gain of almost 20 down to the 32-yard line. Big play, 2 big plays in a row. Little life. I mean, you lead 14-0. You pretty much had the first half, but that doesn't mean the game's over.
Well, and you didn't really stop Windsor. They stopped themselves. They should have scored a touchdown. So, I mean, 14-7. It could very easily be a 14-7 game.
Clark on the tackle that time on the sweep play by the Wizards there. That was, Eckler again just getting to that edge. That time strung out nicely. Clock running, though, under 9:35 and running. Castle coming from the sideline with the play. Nice job in the opening drive right now by the Wizards. Formation heavy here into the near sideline. Motion. Fake, dive right up the middle. I like that outside fake there, the wide side of the field, trying to influence that linebacker to take a false step and get a crease there. But nice job by the Spartans defense staying home. Gain of about 3. Brody Clark on the tackle that time, among others in that pale blue. So I think don't you think we're probably in 4-down territory here, Randy?
Yeah, I think we saw last time they don't have much of a kicking game this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
what a
great play up the middle. Tell you what.
Mr. Beckman.
Yeah. Showing the athleticism and the steps by the big guy. That's what you want to see when you're
good speed.
Yeah, when you're a D1 coach or any level playing on Saturdays, you want to see the big guys, those first 3 or 4 steps. They don't care how fast they run a 40. They want to know how fast they run 10 yards. And right there, he ate it up, didn't he?
Yeah, boy, he caught that back before he was able to cut.
Yeah, that was a big play. 4th down now. Tough position to be in. Ball in the 30. They need to get down to just about the 22-yard line. Formation split left side. Castle give. Sweep right side. Got an angle going forward. Going to be short. Eckler on the carry again. But that will be a turnover on downs, so the Spartans hold.
So Windsor has made it very clear they are not going to pass the ball tonight.
I think that's exactly right. The sweep plays have been working, and if that's where you feel your best chances are, Coach Jones and staff, they know their personnel, and that's what they're doing. So a nice opening drive, but it stalls near the red zone of the Spartans. They're going to take over now on their own 30-yard line. And here's where you set that tone if you're Greeley West in this second half. Split both sides, pistol formation, give straight up the middle, bouncing off a couple players, got the edge. Bounce outside. Just a great burst there to the edge, Rodrigo Perez. And he's patient there, wasn't he? Following the blocks and just made that cut to the outside. The junior really adding to some numbers tonight.
Well, he is, and
and we've not seen near the carries for players like West.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. I think you might be pumping the brakes a little bit just for physical reasons, not because they think they got the game won. But
there's that out pattern we saw earlier in the catch. This time it's throw and caught and taken forward. Piacenza this time. Good throw by Clark, and Piacenza just used his hands and turned it straight upfield. Well, that's a great point there, because you want to play further in this season, and after a while, the legs on these players, that makes a difference. And the mileage that Starks and West have had, just they're not going to turn the ball down, but sometimes it's just better for your team to.
Well, especially when you have quality backups like what we're seeing.
West
is running defense too, and so is Clark. And
straight option keeper left side by Clark, turns it upfield. Out the 50, going down and goes out of bounds.
I'd like to see him cut that back.
Yeah, one more little step.
I mean, hard to argue with an 8-yard gain, but.
Yeah, that was an edge there. If I think you're right, if he just stuck his foot in the ground and tried to take it upfield. Now that was just a complete, just a naked boot, and it was a run all the way. Somewhere along the way, you develop a little pass off of that. Second, though, and 3. You can hear that wind kind of still popping through, coming pretty brisk out of the north now. Sweep left side, bounce to the outside, first down and more. Perez down inside the 40, down to the 38.
I think your Spartan running game's in good hands next year, don't you?
I do too. In a rare stoppage of the clock. 6:47 left here. You get a chance to thank our sponsors, Winter, Hellrich & Hughes, local law firm here in Greeley, helping us bring Greeley West Spartan football to you these 3 games. Glad to be over here, having a great time. West motion right side, Fake give out to Perez again. Left side run. Going downfield, and then Peoples comes up and makes a nice solid tackle, but not after a gain of about 5.
Pickup of 4, 2nd and 6.
Second down now, need to get down inside the 29-yard line. Clark looking for that out pattern again, the double out the side, takes it up the middle, spins around, a couple tackles, drives down, first down yardage and more. I like how he made his mind up right away, didn't he?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that was a planned fake or if he was just covered. Either way.
Well, both they got the slot receiver and the outside Piacenza. They both just run short out patterns, and he's got his choice there, but Windsor had men in the area, and I could say he made that decision and made it pay off.
He's a good running quarterback. We saw that last week. You know, he
dual
kind of
threat.
kept him in the game at times.
Very much a dual threat. Back to the pistol formation. Pass play, block coming. Take it down to the field, down to the end zone. Piacenza by himself. Hits him, and a lot of contact down there, but it goes to the ground. Piacenza does a nice job using his body to get leverage, doesn't he?
He does a great job, and I'll tell you what, that was a lot closer than it.
Yeah, that was almost fell right into the numbers, but he started to twist his body around and didn't quite have the position.
Again, you see no passes over the middle.
Yeah, that's generally the tight end domain, and a lot of these teams just don't play tight end type players anymore.
No Kellen Winslow's running around there, is there?
Not too many. Clark gets the outside. Windsor lost contain, but coming back from behind, making the tackle.
Good
nice job.
by
Yeah,
the
that
Windsor
was.
defender.
Yeah, it looked like Bollinger there, number 6. Come from the backside, making the tackle. He originally had contained, but Clark kind of gave him a little dip and then busted the outside.
Pickup of 4, 3rd and 6.
So third down, though. Either way here, you want to be able to do something on fourth down, either make a kick or have a chance to go for that short first down. Straight up the middle, Starks, first down yardage more, driving down inside the 10.
That'll work.
Yeah, that was just a mano, straight up the middle isolation play, and he was into the second level before I think he got a glove laid on him. And this could be kind of a backbreaker right here, Randy. The way this game is running, 4:40 to play here in the third quarter, and Greeley's just taking a nice job just running it straight on down the field.
I think a famous man once said, matriculating the ball right down the field.
Uh-huh. Clark under center, offset I formation, give, ISO left side, powering forward. Nice job of coming up and meeting the tackle, making the tackle in the hole.
Yeah, good tough defensive play there.
Yeah, that was a great job. So gain of a couple, still goal to go. About the 5-yard line. Clark back under center, offset I formation, fullback left, toss left. Running upfield, trying to find a spot. West gets near the goal line. And he's in.
What a cutback.
Yep.
That's
Patience.
exactly what we're talking about right there is, he stops, plants his foot.
And he got it behind those blockers. They're just the patience knowing that that's where everybody was going.
It wasn't clean, but he hit his way down through there, and
you can't find him.
Yeah.
Get the big fellas up in front of him there. Nice job. Credit that drive to the offensive line of the Spartans. All the guys, the 50, 60, 70 numbers, holding out for the PAT. Just doing a nice job, as they've done this whole year. There's a reason they're 7-0 in the state. Peoples did a nice job that time, almost getting the PAT. Peoples one of those athletes, Randy, that gets a whole lot out of his body, real competitor, and I like that fact there that he was diving and laying out for a PAT when they're down 20-0 already.
Yeah, and his had brothers. And
oh, yeah, that's
playing. That's a popular name in Windsor sports folklore. So 21-0 now our score, and Greeley West doing about what most of us thought. Again, Windsor had a chance early on, as you see See some of the cheer squad down there running with the flag. Hard to see from our camera view.
Yeah,
folks.
we've got a kind of a funky angle here. The structure of the roof and everything that goes over the top of this facility here takes it away from us. We don't really get to see it.
But we got a great view of the field, and that's what y'all are here for.
Great, yeah, what a great facility that is. It's for track. I know the lot of meets held here too. Holdren again drives it, kicked low. We take it and
I thought his knee was down.
The referee caught it. He caught it. That's a good call. Yeah. Eckler knew it as soon as he ran away because he went down and dropped both knees to the ground. And just unfortunately, he just wanted to make a play, and the ball is going to be down about the 5-yard line.
As you can see, even these old eyes saw that.
Mm-hmm.
We mean mm-hmm.
I agree on the old eyes part. Okay. I can commiserate. I can commiserate.
Our last regular season football game, Dave and I'll be here tomorrow night for the Pooter Fossil game.
Big city match there across the I-25.
Yeah, for the city title and senior night for Fossil Ridge, I believe.
Boy, going to the edge out there.
That's
close
dangerous.
To safety land there and never giving up. Boy, what a tough run and staying with that time. Yeah, Salazar, who is, if I remember right, he's a very good lacrosse player. Now we've got a Spartan down the field, Randy, so they're going to tend to him. Let's take a timeout up here. You're watching Stream It Sports.
So we're back here. Second down.
Well, I tell you what, Windsor, their nice job of just getting upfield. Boy, several players for the Spartans making penetration, getting in, and Eckler trying to get away. Just a desperation and broke the formation. I think both he had like just several Spartans, like Rodriguez and Lowy. Along with might have been Stark's the one that came out. Might have been Andre Brown in there too that had their chance to getting up inside there, really influencing that play. Right now, the defensive line and the up front guys on both sides of the ball for the Spartans are starting to dominate. And Windsor's going to take a timeout, so they want to make sure that they're ready to get that ball out of the end zone. So 2:04 left here in the third quarter, Randy. This is one of those moments. Not only did Greeley West come down, drive it the length of the field, score it, and then they put the ball in the end zone with the 21-0 lead. Just an inadvertent kneel down on the ensuing kickoff by the Wizards, and they've gone backwards 3 yards in 2 plays. And right now, Coach Jones, I think it's just a good spot to go out there, calm your team down, go out and talk to them, say, okay, this is the play we're going to run. We're going to get away here. If we can find that 5 to 8 yards, just to give our punter so he didn't feel like he's kicking from out underneath his own goalpost, and hope for the, that type of kick to get you some room. But right now, that's 2 plays in a row. They had the running backs with their feet in the end zones, and Greeley Spartans flying all around them.
Another Northern League score: Longmont 21, Mountain View 0. So Longmont is.
And after 3 quarters of play, Skyline still leads Fort Collins 27-10. It's a big third down play right now for the Windsors. Back to throw. Castle gets away from one defender. Is going to try to get it downfield. Just throws it up in the air to get rid of it. And a nice job on coverage too. Just trying to get it downfield. He knew he ran for his life and did a nice job of getting outside. Pass intended there for Hunter Peck. And well covered downfield by the Spartans. I think that was West, I believe, on the coverage there. And it's going to force that punt right now. If you're the Spartans, it's like, okay, here's a chance to close the door on the night. Pass incompletion, stop the clock with 1:57 left in the third quarter, but should be a really short field. substitution issues here now. Spartans get the right numbers out there. Good snap, rugby-style kick. Blocked in the end zone. And Greeley West, if you could tell by the reactions, touchdown.
Touchdown, so it's not.
Yeah, that just took a little too long, and the rugby-style kick when everybody's coming after you and went right into, I'm not sure, got the block. But, boy, it was smothered, went right to the ground, and Spartans all around it. They got it, 6 points, Greeley West. So that really, puts a crimp in how this game is going to finish out. Quick scores. When you're already down and struggling on offense, that's a tough one.
Well, and if you're looking at Greeley West, again, moving in the playoffs and stuff, you want your special teams to be able to make a play here and there, because I'll tell you what, if you want to go all the way to the championship, everybody's got to be making plays. You want to, be able to get a play from your special teams here and there, a return or something.
Yep.
So.
And you hear the cannon in the southern corner of this end zone again. Popping off, and that's right.
I hope that's what that was.
Yeah, 28-0. Spartans got the cannon. I'm not sure what the tradition of the cannon is. James is up here with me now the second half. I don't know if he knows either, but those guys get the cannon, and they race down in their tank tops and the Spartan flag in front of the home crowd, all giving them the holler back. And
maybe we need to go down there and join them, Dave.
I'm not thinking that's what we need to do.
Okay.
No.
We'll send Maxwell down
Max
there.
can go do that, and that'd be just fine. I think they would notice.
Nobody wants to see us running in a tank top, I don't think.
No, I don't want to in or out of a tank top. I don't want to run the length of the field. Been there, done that, right?
Yeah.
Seen the movie, got the book.
Been there, don't think I could do that.
Yeah, maybe have to be a trainer at the end waiting for both of us right into an ice bath. Yes, folks, all good things come to an end. Holdren driving the ball again, another low kick. Bounces around, taking this time on the bounce. Up around the 15, straight up field. And out about the 32-yard line. Martinez, nice effort that time.
So if you're Windsor now, that clock really needs to run.
Well, I think we're going to figure out, as you said before, do you intend to try and throw the ball? Do you want to put some things in this, or do you keep running your sweeps and your dives? You've been successful, you just haven't finished, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, they have been able to move the ball between the 20s, as they say.
Well, but trouble is, you're down 20-0, and giving up a special team score always just flips a game. Toss right side. Salazar, big hit.
Even if you have 2 6-minute drives, score touchdowns, that's only 14.
Beckman chased him down from his tackle spot coming across there.
Wow.
Once again, I just say Beckman, Starks, Brown, all the guys on defense pulling back for like that. Lowy in for 3 or 4 series too. These guys on defense right now, that defensive line is making plays and running after the ball. And when your D line is starting to make plays, that just makes the rest of the defense play even downhill faster. Good to see Starks back out there after walking off, the little ankle injury there before. Option left side pitch.
Uh-oh.
Was well executed, but a nice job of coming up there on the outside contained. Trying to think of, I can see it all the way across there. Yeah, that's for the Spartans. That's number 25, Soria. And he had contained. You've got to run to the spot. You got to know where the play is going to go to. You can't let that guy cross your face and get outside you. That's what the option wants you to do. They want to think you're running with him. But he did a nice job of just going there and making the play. 3rd and 9 now for the Wizards. Sweep right side, cuts upfield once again.
Eckler get a first down.
Yeah, that play has paid off more than once. I think 5 or 6 times Eckler's taken that for 10-plus yards. Eckler's numbers in the night are probably going to be the 100 yards plus, I would assume, rushing.
One of his better games.
Yeah.
Want to thank our other sponsor, Jim's Wings. The best wings in northern Colorado since 1991. Jim's Wings over by the CSU campus in Fort Collins.
And that'll end the third quarter here at District 6 Stadium. Greeley West Spartans here commanding 28-0 lead over the visiting Wizards of Windsor. You're watching Streaming Sports.
So we're back here getting ready for the fourth quarter. We're going to make Dave say Windsor Wizards. Wizards of Windsor.
Yeah.
10 times in a row really fast.
And I could go 0 for 11 then. No slight intended, just a little fatigue there.
Little W there.
Yeah. So big first down again by Eckler on a sweep play. He goes in motion right side, give right side, dive play. Up inside the linebackers out around again. Once again, Windsor finds some rhythm. 4 or 5 plays, Randy. We've seen this already a couple times tonight. 11:52, near first down yardage, and yep, they're giving it to him. Clock running, but that right now, that you said before, that clock running is just the biggest issue the Wizards have going against them. And with Kessel going to the sideline for every play, there's a 8 to 10 seconds that costs you back and forth. But right now, Windsor's playing. We're building on the year. We're building for next year too. Motion near side, give left side. Strong run up there. Gained ball down about the 40, gain of 5.
I get a big kick out of the receiver and the cornerback up there.
You saw that on the far side, too.
About 25 yards away, doing a little dance, aren't they?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I'm going to block you. I don't care where the play is.
Yeah, I'm going to take you to the bus. I'm going to follow you home. I'll be there for your cereal in the morning. He wasn't going to leave him alone. Second and about 6. Need to get inside the 35-yard line. Dive right side. Actually pulled it back. Sweep. Great play in the backfield. And I'll tell you what, as much as Beckman's been doing on offense, that's hard to see. His defensive game tonight has been easy to see.
Yeah, it has. And I think he should have run the dive.
Yeah. Yeah, because
that's an option, folks.
Yeah, he's living in the backfield, as are several other defensive linemen for the Spartans tonight. Just like I say, great play, nice night for these guys to come out and play well. They're seniors; that's their last chance.
Folks, he's 6'4", 315, and athletic. That's just
stepping through him. 3rd and 8 now. Kessel, option right side, got to get rid of it. Salazar takes it upfield.
Oh, what a play. Got to be a hold.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to think who was that. He just didn't
looked
get
like a clean tackle to me.
He didn't get it to the spot, but a great turnaround and play. I'm not sure who got that tackle that time for the defense.
21.
Piacenza again. I should have known. He's made plays on both sides of the ball, but what I mean. The tackle itself, but he was beat. The option, Kessler did a nice job of taking it out there at the edge and then forcing him to choose, made the option pitch, and the back takes off downfield, but Piacenza turns around, flips his hips, accelerates, and makes a secure tackle, brings up 4th and 3. I mean, he ran him down from behind. That was just a great athletic move. So 4th down, big 4th down play here for the Wizards.
Got a little energy here.
Yep. Crowd over here on the Spartan side knows this could be a really big number. Sweep left side, breaks the outside, is going to have the edge. Makes one move, steps out of a tackle inside the 30. And just as all of a sudden happens, Eckler again. When in doubt, give it to Eckler. This time the sweep to the opposite side. It's almost like if you're the Greeley defense, if Eckler lines up in front of you, wave at the guy on the other side and say, here he comes.
Eckler, 6 foot, 180 pounds, junior, so I bet you I know who we're going to see a bunch of next year.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
And these reps are just going to make him better next year.
So 1st and 10, Wizards still driving, not giving up. 9:30 to left play here in the game. Dive straight up the middle, just following the ISO. Fields gains of about 4, maybe 5.
But this is a perfect example to show our folks at home watching that, or maybe on their phone, is, when you can't pass the ball, they may score here, but they've taken 6 minutes to do so. And, they don't have that quick strike, which is really what you need, either a special teams touchdown or a.
Yeah, if you're going to close the gap, something's going to have to happen for you. And as we said, the special teams turnover. Touchdown for the Spartans was huge. Eckler up the middle, spins around a couple tackles. Boyd doesn't give up, drives his legs inside the 10, near the 7. Another first down. Credit Windsor for staying within their process, Randy. You know,
yes.
Maybe they don't get 28, but if they get 7 or 14, they've progressed.
Eckler's been one of the better players on the field tonight, so.
Snap. But stopped by the officials beforehand, and we're going to get an encroachment penalty on the Spartans. So that will give Windsor half the distance of the goal line, still first and goal. And a fairly clean game. Like we said.
No.
I said it. It's already out loud.
You're gonna jinx us. Has not been a lot of yellow on the field, has there?
No. Cheerleaders up here throwing, I think they're little plastic footballs. They're some pretty good arms down there. Coach Renoff may want to scout for later. Dive right side into the end zone. Score. Touchdown for Shields, but then we got a flag coming in late. Right into the middle of the pile. We will wait for the call itself, but Windsor's trotting people on and off and thinking the touchdown goes.
Good camera shot there by Maxwell Fink.
Official still talking it over. We have a personal foul call again. This is the third personal foul, I believe, on the Spartans on the touchdown. That will be...
Let it be, folks.
Yep.
Let it be.
Well, high snap, quickly put down, but a nice job of just falling through and popping that up in the air. Tate Gallatin there, the senior. Actually, that was Alex Sharp there. I thought I saw the number correctly, but that was a really high snap. Great job by the holder to put that back down on the tee. So 28-7, 8:02 left here in the game. Windsor does march it down.
Again, you don't fumble.
Yeah.
You got 14. You don't get the punt blocked, or every game you can sit here and look at 2 or 3 plays.
Well, those difference makers, and you kind of got to think maybe Greeley West is kind of taking their foot off the gas pedal and finding out that we've kind of got this in hand. We're just going to take care of business. But credit Windsor not giving up at all. Now you're seeing the penalty for the personal foul on the touchdown play marked off. They will kick off from the 45. Wouldn't be surprised to have a onside attempt here, would you?
Well, you don't really have anything to lose. If you kick it out of the end zone 80 yards, they could run 5-6 minutes off that clock pretty easily.
At least. So Pooch kick on the far sideline, trying to let it bounce around, but it is going to go out. Nice job of hustling down. I like the strategy there. That's the soft part. That's the void and the coverage of the kick return team. And it slid down there pretty nicely. Windsor just a scant diving play away from getting the ball. That was well executed. Just a bad bounce, which the football itself does. We see it every game. But as you said, now the ball is going to come out to the 35 after the penalty for being out of bounds before it reaches the touchback line of the goal line. And the Spartans will take over on their own 35. I'm not sure what we've got a discussion for. Maybe the Wizards touched the ball, but that still shouldn't matter. But every game's an education, right?
Right.
Outside of halftime, this is the longest this clock has been stopped. And I think it is going to be moved back to the 20. Going to have to get an explanation on that one somewhere along the way. Probably not tonight. I'm looking over here at James and say, there's some homework for somebody, right? Spartans. Clark looks to throw on first down. Blitz coming. Just pops it out the outside to West. He gives a little ground back. Got to about the edge. Going to outrun several Windsor Wizards. Gets to the far sideline. Gets pushed out of bounds at 35. Talk about making a whole lot of something out of nothing.
You know what I loved? You see him point at that.
Yeah. Give his blocker.
Block there.
Yeah, take him. I got him. I can get by him. Get him.
I can get by the other 10. Get him. And he did.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, there's all kinds of phrases I had to keep in the bag there. That was a play that, Clark kind of went back. It was just a set as a screenplay. They've run it a couple times. They got great backs. I mean, with West, with Perez, Starks, that screen game is pretty big. Again, another throw on first down. Clark trying to take it downfield. Luckily, there's just nowhere to go. A bootleg, a slow bootleg as it was, into the near sideline when you're on that hash, there's just not much room.
Well, and, we talked a little bit at halftime with Mr. Ken Denning, the AD, and, they haven't had to pass a lot this year, and when they get into playoffs, they're going to have to be able to pass the ball. So, they're not trying to run things up here. I think they're truly rusty on some of their pass plays.
Well, and I do like I say, you've got to throw a few things. You got to give somebody to look at on film too. Say, okay, we have to prepare for that. Just take away from doing a little bit of everything else. So 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopped with the incompletion. 7:41 left in the game. Quick pass in the flat to West. Spins away from one defender. Out the outside, but here come the Wizards, and a nice job of just getting to it.
A great job by West to stay in bounds.
Yeah, that was a smart play. I think Peoples out there again. There's Peoples, one of those guys that plays a whole lot bigger than his measurements, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I think his heart's pretty big.
Clock running, 7:10 now. Probably under 7 when we get to the actual snap. Beautiful night to play here at District 6 Stadium. Thanks again to Pedersen Toyota, First Bank, our sponsors, Jim's Wings, best wings in Northern Colorado. Winters, Hellrick & Hughes, again, local law firm here in Greeley, long-time providers. Clark, pump fake, looks to his right, decides to take off running. Ball's on the ground. Waiting for the officials. Not much reaction. I think he kept it. A little incredulous to it. Just the looks on the sideline by Windsor right now, they all thought they had it. You can sell it right off the bat, but official raised his hand. They're still doing a little powwow, though, aren't they?
Yeah, well.
It's either going to be 4th down or 1st down right there for the Wizards. That might have been just planning on who's buying dinner on the way home.
That might have been, but there's a lot of things going on down there that.
Well, the clock was stopped, and it was quite a long stoppage there.
Last week we had the microphone on the official. So.
Yep. Snap is up, just missed, and incidental contact. I like the official not calling that one. Big bounce for the Spartans all the way down inside the 10, down the 7.
Yeah, that's a great punt. Really, at this point, Windsor, it will take 6 minutes for them to score, probably.
Well, like I said, Mario Pato Hernandez right there. I just want to make sure that young man got the shot up because he kept the composure with rushing coming to him and got off a solid punt, directed away from the pressure. And, boy, he got rewarded the bounce on there. It was about a 60-yard punt. Ball to be snapped now at the 6-yard line, inside the 6-yard line for the Wizards. 6:24 left. Cussel under center. Full backfield, dive play again, right side. Almost tripped up, steps out of one tackle. Out past the 10. Morgan again on the carry there. Gain of about 4. But as you said, Randy, that they'll let him take 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, and the game will be over.
2nd and 5.
Both teams pretty much still their starters all in the game. Eckler spinning away from one tackle, out past 20, down 25, past the 30. No one tells Mr. Eckler the score is a little lopsided. Windsor trying to go a little more up-tempo now. As you can see, they got out of their own red zone and got away from the backing into that end zone. A lot of room now, trying to hustle. Dive left side. Just met by the Spartan defensive wall right there. And Beckman put him back where he started.
Correction. Shields.
Shields on the carry. We're going to have play stopped, and a timeout's going to be taken on the field by Windsor. So it's 5:28 left here in the game, 28-7. It's the Spartans over the Wizards. You're watching Stream It Sports.
I make my coffee at home. I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving is in style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
Probably.
So we're back here now, 5:28 left. Windsor driving. Playing a little more up-tempo right now.
Fake the dive right side, spin back out, option right. Swallowed up. Spartans, I saw that one. Somebody, that wasn't a tackle. We're going to have a personal foul, I believe, called there into that play. Yeah, right on the defense again. That's one of those moments right now. You get spun around pretty hard. Got to be careful. I think that's the third, if not the fourth, personal foul.
I think they each have 3 now.
Yeah. When there was just obviously no need to grab the face mask, and generally isn't done on purpose, that's for sure. But it was a moment there where you get 5 other guys around you. That moves the ball though out to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Wizards. Clock running. 5:09 left. Motion near side. Give Eckler back inside on the counter trap.
Great job of following his blockers there.
Stayed right on the hip of the big guys in front of him, gain of about 6.
Tomorrow night will be our last regular season broadcast, but be on the lookout for some flex games that we might have that are not scheduled yet. Is got to run up the middle again.
ISO, delay ISO kind of play there out of that formation. Gain of just a couple. Clock stopped. I didn't see the penalty flag. Referee will give us the unsportsmanlike conduct now on the Spartans. Looks like it was called by the head linesman on the far sideline. That's 2 personal fouls. That's one of those. You get one of those and you are not playing for a while. That's a suspension.
Certainly not the taste in your mouth that the Spartans want to have as they walk off this field tonight.
Yeah, well, that's certainly going to make this game appear a little different if Windsor could poke this one in the end zone too. They're not giving up. They're still playing hard. Spartans have got it. They've kind of lost that edge they had on defense there for quite a while. 1st and 10 now. Motion, Eckler, right side, toss left. West getting across the line though and well into the, wow. Okay, now it's officials need to be taking kind of control of things because it's getting close. Like I said, there's been a rivalry here, and Greeley West is exercising some demons over some prior years. That's for sure. And it doesn't mean Windsor wants to accept it or take it. There's both that wasn't anybody's fault. That was just both guys playing hard. Maybe a little longer than needed to. Blitz right into the backfield. Spunning away from one tackle, going down, loss of about 3, maybe a couple, I guess. But what a time to dial up a blitz that time. That's a sharp thing right there. Now you see Eckler pulling Starks back up, who got the tackle on him, but a couple competitors. Both guys playing at a high level tonight, and
that previous play out of bounds, actually, the Greeley West guy got the worst of it.
Yeah, he did.
So he was the defender. So
yep.
The running back actually landed a little mojo on him.
So
you got to protect yourself on the football field. You know, you're going to get hurt.
It's not a contact sport; it's a collision sport. You don't stand around checking your change. Somebody will do it for you. So after all that time runoff, down to 3:16 left here to play. Windsor's going to take a timeout. I think they just want to be organized and ready on this long third down, about 21-yarder. So one of the last timeouts we may see here tonight. 3:16 left. You're watching Streaming Sports.
I make my coffee at home. I cut my own hair.
I buy in bulk. So do I.
Jag tar med mitt eget godis när jag går på bio.
I still use my parents' TV login.
Saving is in style. Start saving with the Anywhere account today.
And we're back here. 3:16 left. 28-7. Greeley West ahead of Windsor here from Greeley, Colorado.
District 6 Stadium, beautiful night here for football. Windsor, though, third and about 19 here. Give up the middle. Eckler again.
Yeah, he gone to that well.
I mean, you know, they'll give him 6 or 7 there because that just doesn't really matter. Although Windsor, this is 4-down territory. They need to get inside the 23-yard line for the yard to gain. And, you know, that's the one thing to keep the game going. We do have a final. Collins superfan and alumnus Eric Sampson tells us the Lambkins and Skyline final score here tonight. It is 34-16. Skyline victorious. Blitz coming Greeley West. Option right side. Eckler's got a lot of open space. Needs a block or two, though, and been chased down from behind. And I tell you what, he was just...
What a play.
He was trying to look to get away, but they're... I don't know if that was Pedersen or who it was, but boy, what a great job again, trailing that option play and going down.
25, I think, coming off the field there,
21 and 25, both down there. But I think Pedersen made the play. But either way, changeover, you know, loss on downs. So Spartans will take over now. 2:31 left here in the game. They lead 28-7. Trying to see we had too many substitutions in, but we really don't. We have a substitute quarterback in, which I was expecting. Sweep right side. West still moving around a couple players like that. I kind of expect that might be his last time to carry the ball tonight. Now playing quarterback for the Spartans, Isaiah Rodriguez, number 19.
Talking about the Skyline win, that's another team that we've covered a couple of games on, and that's another team that's hoping to go deep into the playoffs as well.
Very, very explosive offense when I got to see them against Longmont earlier this year.
Had a couple of tough losses, but they're still, you wouldn't want to have to play them in the playoffs.
That's a very good point. Give left side, West going forward.
Oh.
Pretty good tackle there. It could be short of first down yardage. Wasn't able to get that Windsor player, but that was a nice solid wrap and drive of the legs. Textbook.
Windsor's still playing hard.
Oh, yeah. A minute and a half left. Third and short, though, for the Spartans. And, you know, right now, Randy, if you're Greeley West, you get the first down here, that pretty well be the game.
That's victory formation, I would think.
I formation, fullback slotted left. Give left side. Windsor, though, knew it was coming.
Says no.
Blitzed into it. Trouble is, Windsor doesn't have any more timeouts, so they're not going to stop the clock, even if West punts now, which I'm sure they will. Of course, I've been sure and wrong before, and I may be now. I don't see anybody trotting on the field. It looks like they want to punt.
I don't see a telephone up here either.
Well, they could stand there and just wait till the clock runs out and take the 5 yards, and that's very well could be what they're doing. It's under 40 to play. But a beautiful night here in Colorado. Here comes the punt team. And there is going to be that penalty for delay a game. So Greeley West will get moved back 5 yards, which really wasn't the point or the worry right now, leading 28-7 with 25.7 seconds left. Still odd for me to say point anything in a sporting event. Football and basketball clocks so have evolved a little bit since back in the day when, we played with, used to have that big clock with the hour hands on it, the hour and a minute hand, right?
Well, you might have been back with the Roman numerals. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Good punt. Windsor came after it, missed it though, driven it downfield. Salazar catches it at his 25, turns upfield, will go out of bounds near the 35. Credit Windsor, no give up at all. 16 seconds left.
Can be some interesting games in the playoffs this year in 4A football.
Oh, there really will be. Well, give me that time of year. The cream's starting to separate. Credit the Spartans. Coming home after starting the season. When you talk about a road game, going 3/4 away across the country, playing a home team in Florida, but coming back there undefeated in Colorado and cruising.
Congratulations to Ken Denning coming over here
Yep. And Beckman gets the tackle on the last play of the game. They're on just dive play to the right side, and that'll do it here from District 6 Stadium. Final score is going to be 28-7. Spartans roll on, defeating the Windsor Wizards here on a beautiful fall night. And Randy, you know what? Like I say, you got to look around. Greeley West is for real.
They are, and maybe they have not blown everybody out, but I tell you, they've been able to stick to their game plan. They've been able to play defense when they need to. Timely defense, I would guess, is what you'd call it.
Yep.
And here we are, number 2 RPI. I would imagine they would be able to stay the same.
That won't change.
Won convincingly, I would say.
I'd like to thank our Greeley sponsor, Winters, Hillerick & Hughes, local law firm.
And possibility that we would do a playoff game. So those of you that have been listening to us, make sure you follow us on Twitter, and that's how you'll find out. But we'll make sure that people find out if we are able to do a playoff game for you. So for David Haase, Maxwell Fink, this is Randy McCoy signing off here from Greeley West. We'll see you tomorrow night from French Field, Poudre High School against Fossil Ridge for a final broadcast from French Field this year. And that will be for the city title. We'll see you tomorrow night.
It's Northern Colorado High School football, live on Stream It Sports NoCo. This broadcast has been brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. It's Northern Colorado High School football,